also get into conversation with Mr. Jim Rogers, who's the author of Street Smarts, Adventures on the Road and in the Markets. Jim, hi morning. Thanks so much for joining us and appreciate you taking the time to speaking to us this morning. Give us a sense of the kind of moves that we're seeing from the US. We have more updates coming in over the course of the week gone by about the trade deals with major economies in the world. Where do you think the market is headed now that there is a little bit more clarity versus earlier on the trade front?
Well, the U.S. market made an all-time high yesterday, so it has been going up. I sold everything. I'm very skeptical of this. I see signs that we're going to have problems, but the problems are not here now. I sold too soon. It's not the first time I sold too soon, by the way. I'm good at it.
Oh, indeed, Jim. That's what you have been holding your view, and that's good to know that you're still sitting good amount of cash. But Jim, when are you planning to buy going ahead? And more interestingly and more importantly, which pockets do you believe that you will be interested in buying right now?
Well, part of the situation is markets all over the world are making new highs. Everybody's having a good time. In my experience, when everybody is having a good time, one should worry. So I'm worried, but I'm obviously early. I've been early before, but I'm certainly early this time. So I don't think I'm the person to ask. I would not be buying right now. I would be selling, but the market says I'm wrong.
Just want to understand a little bit more behind your rationale of selling most of your holdings right now, given the market is at an all-time high and we have some major economies, for instance, India, the trade deal on that front has not been announced yet. If all goes well, do you believe the market could continue this up move that it's seeing, and the problems that you talk about in the future, what could those look like?
Well, for the first time in my investing career, I have figured that India now, the people in Delhi now understand that prosperity is good, that success is good. For decades, Delhi said things like that, but they didn't believe it, they didn't mean it. But now something has happened in India, and Indians understand we need successful people, we need prosperity, and we need success. So I'm extremely optimistic. I'm more optimistic about India now than I ever have been in the past, because in my view, the people in Delhi understand. Finally, finally.
Okay, so the macros are looking good, and the people back home, like in India, are seen to be understanding the markets. But Jim, for the Indian markets, believe that you are still not buying and you're still not interested in buying. What's the rationale? Is it because of the higher valuations? And if at all, markets correct, then at what point in time will you be interested? If, say, if the markets correct by 10%, 15%, will you be interested in Indian markets?
I have no idea what the number is. I'm not very good at that. If India starts going down, if there starts being despair and fear in India, then that would bring me back into the market. I don't know if that's 8% or 28%. I hope I will recognize it if there's enough fear in India for me to come back.
So I believe a lot of other foreign investors are sharing your sentiment at the moment, because the kind of outflows that we've seen from the Indian equity markets by FIs over the course of this week has been quite robust. On the flip side, a lot of domestic confidence also is what we've seen that is somehow balancing the outflows we've seen. In your sense, where do you believe the Indian markets are headed going ahead? Because there seems to be domestic confidence, but the foreign sentiment seems to be weak right now.
Well, I will tell you, I am not very good at market timing. I am not a very good short-term trader. Any success I have had is finding things that are depressed and buying them for a very, very long time. India is going to be, India is going to be one of the great countries of the world again. It has been times in history. And it looks to me like India is going to be a great country in the world history again. So I hope that I'm smart enough that if the Indian market goes down a lot for some reason, and I don't know the reason, if it does, I hope I'm smart enough to buy.
All right.
I will watch ET, and you will tell me. You will tell me when to
Indeed.
buy.
Indeed, indeed, Jim. How can you not tell us about watching ET now? I know that you have been a big follower of ours. But, Jim, how can we let you not ask you on silver? Because you have been bullish and you have said in the past that if there's one thing that you wish to hold for the next 10 to 15 years, that's going to be silver. What's the latest that you are gathering? Because we have already seen silver hitting a 14-year high for itself. So between silver versus gold, is that the same preference still for silver?
Well, I bought more silver last week. If silver continues cheap, I hope I'm smart enough to buy more. I own gold. I am not buying gold. I am buying silver because silver's down, gold is not. But both of them, I hope that my children have my silver and gold someday. I don't see any reason ever to sell my silver and gold. I hope they will be part of my estate for my children, for my family.
Right, so the bullish conviction continues on precious metals like silver and gold. But Jim, what's your sense on the kind of move that we're seeing in the dollar index? It has slipped sharply ever since Trump has taken office, and we've not seen a meaningful recovery so far. Any views on the dollar index?
Well, I own the U.S. dollar. I mean, the U.S. dollar is a very flawed currency. America is the largest debtor nation in the history of the world, and the debt gets worse every day. So my plan is that when the dollar goes up in a big spurt, because people, I don't know why, because they're afraid of other things, I hope that if the dollar has a last spurt, that I'm smart enough to sell it. Now, my question is, where do I put my money then? And I don't have an answer yet. I do not know another currency that can compete with the US dollar. If you know it, please do not announce it on the air. Please send me a private email because I'm looking.
Jim, I understand your skepticism about what the US tariffs are going to mean for the world. And yes, you crib about the fact that you did sell early, but it is what it is. But tell me, what happens to the domestic liquidity? Case in point being markets like India. While month to date, the foreign institutional investors have been sellers, but it's the domestic liquidity which is keeping the markets up. Do you feel that domestic institutional investors, not just here in India, but pretty much across the board, will keep equities range bound, and we may not see a very massive correction play out from the record highs, which pretty much all world markets are sitting on?
Well, if I'm right about India, and if Delhi really has learned that prosperity is good for India and that success is good for India, India is going to be one of the great economies and great financial markets of the world. I mean, it's been there for hundreds of years. You know, India's had some very successful periods in history. It looks to me like we now may be entering another period where India is going to be one of the new great countries of the world. It may be the new China. It may be better. Who knows? But if Delhi understands, because there are lots of very educated, smart Indians, ambitious Indians. Oh my gosh. If you go to an Indian market, you will see some unbelievably smart people, sophisticated people. India has it all. And if Delhi has the right attitude, India is going to take its place again as one of the most important countries of the world, most successful countries of the world.
But Jim, what is your worldview on equities right now? I understand pessimism around US equity markets, but is that the same for emerging markets, maybe some of the South American indexes or China? What's your view there?
I have sold everywhere except China and Uzbekistan. I'm looking for other markets. I have not found one yet. I need to find a country that is depressed for any reason, where there's good things, where there's good change taking place. China and Uzbekistan are the only two countries now that I know of like that. But I am looking. And as I say, if India goes down, I hope I'm smart enough to buy India again.
Okay, interesting. And we will speak soon once you change your opinion about India. Jim, always good to have you on the show.
Well, I will watch ET now, and you will tell me when to buy. Okay?
Okay, done. We'll do that. Okay, let's